Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today, I want to talk about network. So lately, I've seen with clients who are going through my career mastery program, one of the biggest fears they exhibit, aside from fears around interviews for jobs, is fear around networking. And I have to say, I've been quite surprised by this. We all need networks. We all need communities. So according to psychologist Julian Holt-Lunstad, I think that's how she pronounces her name, humans need others to survive. I'd go so far as to say we need others to thrive. And yet people resist or become fearful around building community and networks, especially with regards to their careers. Really interesting to see that. They like they like the idea of building the networks. They want to build the networks, but when it comes to taking action steps, I notice there's quite resistance. Become afraid. They worry about what people will think, and so on. I just want to share a story, a personal story. So, since 2018 to now, we've experienced many deaths in our family, and it's been really difficult to go through that. But what's gotten us through really has been what I call our communities and networks. They've been the ones who've dropped off the care packages. There's been ones who called in regularly as we grieved. There have been ones who've simply come to sit next to us, to be present without a word. And there's been support from business associates and so on. And the one word that comes to mind when I think of all those people who have played different roles in helping us through that time is community, networks. So what is networking really? It is more than the exchange of information or contact numbers for your phone for a later date. In essence, it's establishing a long-term, nurturing, mutually beneficial relationships. We can build networks or relationships with the person who serves us coffee in the morning when we go into our cafes, with person in sports groups, with club members, with business associates, with volunteering organizations. There are so many places that we can build our networks, and yet people are scared of it. It is essentially about building communities of connected relationship. And I think that's the way people need to relate to it. So I find when I go through my program with my people and find that they're resisting network building, underneath is a bit of a scarcity mindset. Underneath, people feel that they don't want to appear as though they're trying to get something. But here's the thing. Building networks with the mindset of wanting to get something from someone is going to give us an energy of lack, an energy of desperation, or sometimes even an energy of inauthenticity. And so the way to reframe networks is about recognizing that we come with a spirit of giving. So if you decide that you are going to build networks, look at who you want to build networks with and approach them with a spirit and an energy of giving first. Because the automatic reciprocity that happens around people who approach others with the spirit and energy of giving, it somehow leads back to the spirit of receiving. And so that's what I want to say about networking and reframing network. Approach it. Let go of the scarcity mindset. Let go of the mindset of wanting to get and gain something, and approach networks with the spirit of giving, because ultimately it results in a reciprocal spirit of receiving. It's just the way human nature works. When people know, like, and trust you as you build an ongoing connection and relationship with them, then before long, you're receiving back, because it is human nature to want to give, to want to reciprocate. That's, I think, the natural cycle of human nature. And so that's really the message that I want to send today, is that the way you approach a network is to come with a spirit of giving. And the way you do it on LinkedIn, so I often teach my clients how to approach and build their networks and connections on LinkedIn, is don't simply hit the connect button. Go into someone's profile and review and view that profile thoroughly. Find out the common ground that you have with that person. It could be similar projects you worked on. It could be a similar philosophy in life. It could be similar interest. I've seen people build connections with people who have a mad interest in drones, for example. I've built friendships and networks with people who are mad Harry Potter fans like I am. So find the common ground and then reach out with a question or with a comment or with, asking about their interest and hobby. Be curious, be genuinely interested in the things that matter to that person, in the things you see on their profile, whether it's an achievement, whether it's the type of work they do, whether it's their philosophies in life, whether it's their passions and interests. Go through a profile and make sure you get to know the person and approach them from genuine curiosity. Over time, you can perhaps invite the person for a coffee if you're able to, if you live in the same city, or otherwise invite someone for a Zoom chat, because at least that way people get to see you in person, or via digital screen, put a face to the name, and over time you build relationships and friendships. So I really want you to rethink and reframe networking so that there's less fear about it. Remember, you're dealing with another human being just like you. And one of the things I've learned on the journey of working with so many people and also going through personal struggles myself is that all of us want to be supported. We all want to make connections. Being connected to people and feeling like we supported and cared for by people is probably one of the most basic human needs. And so reframe your approach to networking. Let go of the fear. Oh, hi, Simone. Nice to see you here. And continue to build your networks through approaching from that energy of giving, which often results in the energy of receiving. And underneath all that is that human desire and energy of reciprocity. That's it. Don't be afraid to network. Just take a different approach. Take a genuine, caring, and interest approach, and watch how your networks start to build over time. Have a happy day, glorious day. Bye for now.